Hi, good morning. So, since natapos na tayo sa discussion natin with ratio and proportion, remember last time that we have a quiz, then biglang may dumating tayong visitor and I told you to use those quizzes as your assignment. So, hindi na natin siya i-check as an assignment or a quiz. This will just show you on how to answer those questions and you can also use this as a reviewer for your exams sa first grading natin, which is sa ratio and proportion. So in here, we will just answer this one, the 7 questions that we have. Okay, so first dito muna tayo. So the first one na question natin, in a photograph, Anne is 9 cm tall and her brother Ariel is 10 cm tall. Anne's actual height is 153 cm, assuming Anne and her brother's height in a photo is proportional to their actual height. What is the actual height of Ariel? So, in here, so meron tayong ratio dito na 9 for Anne and then 10 for Ariel. So, we will use 9 is to 10 is equals to yung first natin dito, which is 9 for Anne and then 10 for Ariel. So sabi dito, Anne's actual height is 153. So dito sa dalawa, yung kay Anne is for the 9. So mauuna, yung first term natin gagawin natin is 153 and then is 2 yung actual height ni Ariel, which is the one that is missing, which is n. So gagawin natin, multiply those inside, which are the means, and then the extremes. So we have 9n is equals 10 times 153. That is equivalent to 1,530. So divide lang natin yan to eliminate the 9 in there. So 9, then n is equals to 170 cm. So this will be the actual height ni Ariel. So subukan natin. Let us check if they are proportion. So 9 is to 10 is equals to 153 is to the one that is missing natin, which is n, which is this one. We will use 170. Multiply the means, then multiply their extremes. So 9 times 170 is equals to 1,530, as well as 10 times 153 is also equals to 1,530, which means they are proportion. Okay? So kung hindi naman ganito yung way na sinagutan ninyo, let's say yung sinagot ninyo is in this way. Example, yung pinagsama nyo is yung height ni Anne, which is 9, is to 153 is equals to yung height na given na binigay ni Ariel is 10 cm tall, and then tinatanong yung actual height ni Ariel, which is the one that is missing. So pwede din ganyan. So multiply ninyo yung means nila and also the extremes. If we try to that one, 9 times n is equals to 9n. 153 is all times 10 is equals to 1,530. Divide both side by 9 to eliminate n. To eliminate 9. Then 1,530 is also equals to 170 cm. So pareho lang yung makukuha nating sagot. And as we have checked, this is a true proportion. Okay? So for number 2 tayo. Palitan lang natin yung data. Yan. So for number 2, it says here, a grilled teriyaki pork recipe that serves 4 people needs 1 kilo of pork. If you want to prepare this dish for 20 people in the family gathering, how much kilo of pork do you need? So this is kilo, ne? how much kilograms of pork do you need? Okay. Pangit. This is kg. Okay. How much kilograms of pork do you need? So sabi dito, serves 4 people in 1 kilo. So let us have 4:1. 4:1 is equals to 20 people. Sabi niya, sa 4 na tao, 1 kilo na pork yung kailangan mo. So these are the people. And then, this is the kilograms of pork. Okay. So if you want to prepare this dish for 20 people, so let's say 20 people is 2. How much of pork do you need? Which is the one that is missing. As you can see, 4 is the number of person and 20 is the number of person. Then 1 kilogram is the number of pork. Then how much kilogram do you need for 20 people? So this is also the kilogram. So that's why nasabi ko nga in ratio in proportion, it is important yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga sa given natin. So kung ito 4 is nauna for the number of people, yung sa susunod na ratio mo, dapat mauna din yung tao dito. Okay? So, let us continue. So, gagawin lang natin is multiply the means and multiply yung extremes natin. So, 4 times n is equals to 4n is equals to 1 times 20, which is equivalent to 20. To eliminate 4, divide both side by 4. Cancelled out, and now is equals to 5 kilograms of pork. So, yan yung kailangan natin ngayon na kilograms of pork natin. So, to check that one, if it is correct, substitute lang natin siya sa n dito. We have 4:1 is equals to 20 is to 5. So, multiply mo lang means, then the extremes. So, 20 is also equals to 5 times 4 is equals to 20, which means this is proportion. Okay, so check natin kung iba yung pagkakagawa ninyo. So in here, let's say pinagsama-sama natin yung mga tao. We have 4 people is to 20, and then sabi niya dito, since nauna yung 4 people natin is equivalent to 1 kilogram, that mauuna yung 1 kilogram natin dito. So, we have 1 kilogram is to the one that is missing. Okay? So, multiplies lang natin yung means and extremes natin. 4 times n is equals to 4n. 1 times 20 is equals to 20. Divide by 4. So, n natin ngayon, 20 divided by 4 is equals also to 5 kilograms. So, kung ganyan yung ginawa ninyo, or this one, kung ganito or ganito, as much as you have the right answer, that would be no problem, no? So, use this one as your reviewer. Okay? So, this is proportion. So, number 3 tayo. So, for number 3, palitan natin yung kulay. So, let's say this one. So, for number 3, Ami's photos come in 2 sizes. First, we have 13 by 9 cm and 15 by 10 cm. So, are these dimensions proportional? So, we have first 13 is to 9 is equals to 15 is to 10 centimeters. So, yung unit natin is centimeters, and the first term will be the length of the pictures, and then the second term will be the width of the pictures. So, tinatanong niya lang kung proportion ba sila. Since given na yung dalawa nating ratios dito, multiply mo lang yung means and extreme natin. So, 13 is to 9 is equals to 15 is to 10. Multiply the means and multiply their extremes. So 9 times 15, this is equivalent to 9 times 15 is equivalent to 135. Then after that, 13 times 10, which are the extremes, we have 130. So since hindi sila pareho, this is 135 and this is 130. This is not proportion. So since yun lang yung tinatanong sa question natin, then this will be our answer now, not proportion. Okay? So kung yan, so ganyan lang siya kunin. Hindi natin siya pwedeng pagbaliktaran the same as the others because ito yung mismong ito na yung mismong dimensions ng photos natin. So hindi sila pwedeng pagbaliktaran. Okay, so next, number 4. The ratio of boys to girls in the mathematics club is 4:5. If there are 25 girls in the club, how many boys are in the club? Okay, so ratio natin, we have 4:5. These are for the boys, since nauna yung boys natin na sinabi dito. And then the ratio or the number of boys will be 4. And then yung 5 natin, which is the second one na sinabi, which is second siya dito, we have the girls. Okay? 4:5. Okay. So if there are 25 girls, so given natin is 25 girls. Dito sa dalawang given na to, yung girls natin is the 5. So, unahin natin yung n is to 25, which is the girls na given natin dito. Okay? So, sabi nga natin, importante yung pagkakasunod-sunod. So, kung dito, 4 boys, 5 is the girls, then in the given, girls yung binigay, which should be this one, yung katapat nitong 5. That's why we have 25 here. And then, the number of boys, which is the 4, and the missing n is in here. That magkatapat din sila ng mga missing natin. So, gagawin natin the same, multiply the means, and multiply their extremes. So, 5 times n, we have 5n, is equals to 4 times 25, we have 100. To eliminate 5, divide both sides by 5. Then n now is equals to 20. So check natin if this is correct. So we have 4:5 is equals to 20 is to 25. 5 times 20 excuse me. So we have 5 times 20, this is equivalent to 100, and 4 times 25 is equivalent to 100. This means they are proportion. Okay, what if yung iba naman yung ginamit ninyo, ibang way? So, sabihin natin, ang pinagsama ninyo is 4, yung boys, and then the one that is missing, kung ilan yung equivalent nila sa group, which is n, is equals to 5 girls is to 25. Okay, so the same lang yan. Multiply yung means and extremes natin. 5 times n is 5n. 4 times 25 is equals to 100. Divide both sides by 5. Cancelled out. N is equals to 20. So, pareho pa rin yung sagot natin. So, which means that our answer is correct because it is proportion. Okay, next tayo, next, number 5. So for number 5, the ratio of letters present in 2 words is 5:3. So we have 5:3. And then the first word, so since ito yung una niyang sinabi, which is 5, sabi niya, the first word contains 15 letters. So, dapat katapat niyan yung first term. So, 15 letters is to how many letters are in the second word. So, he was talking about for the 3. So, which is the n natin or the one that is missing. So, the same, multiply the means and extremes. So, 5 times n, we have 5n. 3 times 15, we have 45. Divide both sides by 5. And now is equals to 9. To check if it is proportion, 5 is to 3 is equals to 15 is to 9. 3 times 15 is equals to 45. And also 9 times 5 is equals to 45, which means they are proportion. Okay, so yung the other way kung paano nyo yung sinagitan. So if we have 5 is to 15 is equals to 3 is to n that is missing. So 5 times n is equals to 5n. 33 times 15, we have 45. Divide both sides by 5. And now is equals to 9. So, pareho pa rin yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? Next, we have number 6. So, for number 6, a man wants to invest some of his savings in conservative portfolio where the ratio of the amount invested in bonds to the amount invested in stocks is 3 is to 1. So we have 3 is to 1. So this is for bonds and this is for the stocks. Okay. If the amount invested in bonds is 250,000 more than the amount invested in stocks, okay, determine the amount of each investment. So the one that is missing is those two. Okay, the one that is in here for the bonds and for the stocks are the two that are missing. But meron tayong given na 250,000. So sabi niya, wait, sabi niya, lamang ng 250,000 yung bonds natin kaysa sa stocks. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, let us represent those one into x. Okay? So, let x be equals to, so, since yung x natin is isa lang, so, let us put it on stocks. And the other one, 3x. So, since yung bonds natin is 3, so we have 3x. This is for the bonds. Okay, so ang gagawin lang natin, ang sabi niya, since yung bonds natin is lamang ng 250k, ang gagawin lang natin is 3x, which is the bonds, minus the x, is equals to 250,000. Okay? So, gawin lang natin yung solution. 3x minus x is equals to 2x is equals to 250k. To eliminate yung 2 natin dito, divide both side by 2. Then, we have cancelled out lang natin. X now is equals to 125,000. Okay, so para malaman natin kung ano yung stocks natin at yung bonds, gagawin natin, substitute lang natin yung values ng x. Okay, so for the stocks natin, ang value niya is x lang, so substitute lang natin yung x. Stocks, yung values lang ng x is 125,000. So, this is the starting investment for the stocks natin. Then for the bonds, this equals to 3x. Substitute lang natin yung x to 125. So we have bonds is equals to x natin 3 and then 125k. 3 times 125, this is equivalent to 300. I mean, yeah, is that correct? So natin sandali. So we have 3 times 125, 3 times 125 equals to 375k. Okay, so this is 375,000. Then this is for the bonds. So ang sabi niya, amount invested in bonds is 250k more than the amount invested in stocks. So kapag ka minus mo yan, 375,000 minus 125,000, this is equivalent to 250k, which means natama yung mga nakuha nating amount because pareho siya sa given natin. Okay? So, yung stocks na, ang tanong natin, determine the amount of each investment. So, yung investment for stocks in 120 is 125k. Then, yung invested in the bonds natin is 375,000. Okay? So, that is how you do it. Then, next, number 7. A baker uses a ratio of 1 egg for every 4 cups. So we have 1:4. These are for the eggs. And cups of flour. Okay? So is equals to, if she uses a dozen of egg, so kapag sinabing dozen of eggs, that is equivalent to 12. Isang dosena is to how many cups of flour will she need? The one that is missing. Okay, so multiply lang natin. We have the means and the extremes. So we have 1n is equals to 12 times 4 is equals to 48. Then to eliminate 1, divide both sides by 1. Cancelled out si 1, and now 48 divided by 1 is equals to 48. So she'll be needing 48 cups of flour. So check natin kung tama. We have 1:4 is equals to 12:48. 4 times 12 is equals to 48. And then 1 times 48 is equals to 48, which means they are proportion. Okay? Then, if you check, if you did it on the other way, pinagsama mo yung mga eggs and then pinagsama mo yung mga one that is missing. So, we have 1:12 is equals to 4:n. The one that is missing, okay? So, multiply the means and extremes. We have 1n is equals to 48. 1 and now is equals to 48. So, pareho lang. Okay? So, that is for the ratio and proportion na sakop hanggang sa examination natin. So, please use this as your reviewer and good luck to your incoming examination. So, that will be all for today and have a great day. Thank you.